Most bread recipes include a step. Right before baking, you take the dough and you make a couple of slashes or scores on the top of the bread. Now you can use a very sharp knife to do this, but why not use the right tool for the job? And that tool is a baker's LOM. And Adam's here, he's going to tell us more.
Exactly as you said, you can get away with a paring knife, you can get away with a utility knife if you want, but the right tool is a baker's LOM. Let's back up for a second. The reason you do this is because when bread bakes, the moisture in the dough will migrate towards the surface of the loaf, and it will find a weak spot and it will escape from the loaf. And that can cause weird ruptures, it can cause misshapen loaves.
Right.
If you make those slashes scoring it, you control the weak spot where the moisture escapes.
Engineering the vents.
Yeah, you're engineering the vents, exactly. That's the perfect way to put it. And this loaf shows that. There were a couple of scores, and so it was predictable how the bread was going to expand.
Right.
Another reason to do it is to put ears in a loaf. That's very typical in a baguette. That's the little flap that sticks up, and that's the mark of a well-made baguette.
It's the best part.
Many eyes. Oh, so crispy, so yummy. Or decorative.
Stunning.
Look at that. Lines, patterns. It's such a beautiful, polished, professional look. They're great.
Yeah, you'd expect to buy that, but you can actually do that at home.
You can do that at home if you have the right LOM, and that's what we're going to talk about. LOM is French for blade. We tested 7 bread LOMs. They were priced between $7 and a little over $29. And testers use them to score 10 loaves of pain au levain and 8 baguettes. And in the baguettes in particular, they put in those slashes that will make the ears.
Of course. Right.
These are basically razor blades with handles. They're really sharp. So you want to be able to handle them as little as possible when you are loading the blade onto the handle. Some of them felt a little finicky. You had to tinker a little too much. That felt kind of risky to some of the testers. This one just has a simple screw. You unscrew it like so. The blade comes off. Put the blade on, stabilize it with your thumb, screw it back on. Very simple, very secure. Another reason that testers like these is because you have both sides of the blade exposed. And that's good because not only are some bakers righties and some lefties, and it makes that easier, but you know, if you're scoring with the top corner and you've done it a bunch and the corner gets kind of dull or gunked up, then the second one is already exposed. You can just flip it over and score with the other corner without having to reorient the blade. The handles are obviously very important when you're dealing with such a sharp blade. Testers preferred handles, again, like this one. This is a pretty simple shape, and it just let them get comfortable in lots of different hand positions, as opposed to something like this one, which has this odd looking little sort of baguette thing, but that limited the hand positions. And one example of this is that for cutting the ears, a lot of bakers recommend holding the LOM at the back. Whereas for a lot of control, for intricate patterns, some bakers want to choke up on that to control the blade more, and the handle has to allow for both types of grips. One that had a completely different kind of handle is this guy here.
That's adorable.
This one's round. This took some getting used to for the testers because it's such a different design. But once they got used to it, they found that actually holding it this way gave them a lot of control. Another question the testers considered is whether you want to have the blade straight or configured with a little bit of a curve to it. A lot of bakers really swear by a little curvature for getting great distinct looking ears on their loaves, and most LOMs will allow for one or the other configuration. However, I have 2 examples of the same LOM here, and you can see one of the blades is straight, the other one is curved. So some LOMs will let you do it either way.
Nice.
That's a big benefit.
Very versatile.
And in fact, this is the winning LOM. This is the Baker of Seville Artisan Bread LOM. It's about $16. This is the one that's adjustable, so you can have a curved or a straight blade in the same LOM. It's got a great handle. It was easy to install the blade, and it comes with its own case, so you can store it really safely.
Very nice.
And then there was a second one. There's one that testers chose as the best for intricate scoring, and that was this guy here. This is the Wire Monkey UFO Bread Journey LOM. It's about $28. And this is the one that took a little bit of getting used to, but once you're used to it, testers really understood why it's such a favorite, because it gives you great control over the blade.
So if you want to pick up a baker's LOM, if you're baking lots of bread at home, then the winner is the Baker of Seville Artisan Bread LOM, and it runs about 16 bucks.
We hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it.
Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.
And if you're ready to take your cooking to the next level, head over to americastestkitchen.com and get a free all-access trial membership.
While you're there, you can sign up for our free email newsletters and download our app.
With unlimited access to over 14,000 of our test kitchen recipes and 8,000 product reviews, you'll have everything you need to cook and learn.
So I ask, what are you waiting for?
Let's make something great together.